Hello and welcome to the Brick Shack. So today's video is just another city update video, if that's what we're going to call it. I'm not really sure what this video kind of is, but let's just call it a city update video for now. So what has changed since last time is we have all the roads put in place, and they're not actually done because they need widening. And that's quite a big project that I'm waiting on parts for. So let's take a quick look around the city. As you can see, there's a lot of buildings in the city, and in the middle is a park, and that definitely wasn't there in the last video. So let's go show you that. So then, this is my custom park, and as you might be able to tell, it's not quite finished yet because I'm waiting on some parts, and they do take quite a while from lego.com to arrive. So then, I'm really happy with how this park turned out. I think there's tons of detail to this, and I've used quite a lot of what you may have seen in my pick a brick hauls on this build. So over in this section of the park, there's a little play area. We have a sand pit, or a sand box as some may call it. We have this bench that's supposed to look like it's carved out of a tree log or something, as it has that curved shape to the back. We have a roundabout over here which can spin. And it's quite hard to show you at this angle, but there is a rock climbing wall just over there. So over on the opposite side, we have this skating area. We have some ramps and railings over there, as well as a half pipe here, which is also not quite finished, as we need a couple tiles just to finish that off there. And then in the middle of the park, there is this quite big pond, and every park needs a pond. So that really does look good, being the centerpiece of this build. So over in the back left corner, I've placed the coffee cart, and I think that really does look quite good there, as well as the tuk-tuk vehicle that comes with the park set that was released this year. And I think that looks quite good just parked over there. So over in the opposite corner, we have the Burger Shack, and I believe that's from a City Fire set. And I've placed that there with the burger on top. And then of course we have these quite large trees, and that just finishes the park off really nicely. And these trees also have quite a lot of detail with these smaller leaf elements on top of the larger ones. Now there's one cool thing about this park, and that is that the lampposts can actually turn on, and that is what they look like when they're turned on, and that just gives this whole creation a new atmosphere, and I think that really looks nice with those switched on. Now, unfortunately, I can't tell you how you can do that yourself, as those are not Lego pieces that light up, but they're actually an off-brand, and they were sent to me with a fake Lego set, so I'm not really sure how you can get your hands on those, so I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, that's what they look like. Really happy with what they look like when they're on. So for the rest of the park, I need to put a railing along the top of this wall, and of course I need to tile the outskirts of the park. And I want to put some leaves or something around the edge just to give it a bit more life, a bit more colour. So that is how the custom park is looking. And there's actually one more feature I quickly want to show you about the park. So if I remove this tile here, what can actually happen is the park can actually split apart. And if I were to pull this out, which I'll just do for this section here, it can be split up like that. And that will split into 6 sections, so they can all be removed. And then what I can do is I can stand in the middle of the table, and that allows me to be able to dust the rest of the city. So I think that's a really good solution for being able to dust the city by removing the park. Now the only issue with the park being modularised like that is that you do get this line in the centre that is quite noticeable. There's really not much you can do about that. And it just makes it so easy to be able to remove for dusting. So for the rest of the city, there's roads along the whole lot, and there are 14 road packs, and I think there was only 4 crossings to spare, so I used all of those up, and they're all raised with these plates underneath, and there is a reason for that, and that is because they have to go next to these modulars, and the modulars are also raised. So I might have mentioned this in the last city video, but what we're going to do is we're going to get loads of these 1x dark grey bricks, along with some 1x dark grey tiles. And we're going to fill in the whole edge of this to extend the roads, and that's just going to make it look really nice and go really well with the buildings. Now there is a slight issue with this city, that being the two back corners. Here's the right corner and over here being the left corner. We can't really put any buildings in there because they just don't line up next to each other. And that's because Lego don't make an inverted corner building. So what I'm going to have to do is make an inverted corner building here and over there to be able to fit with the buildings next to them nice and flush. So where the buildings are situated at the moment is not permanent. They're going to be moved about and tweaked with, and I need to move a lot of stuff anyway, so it's all going to be pretty much reset. So this gives you an idea of what the city will look like when it's finished, and this is only the start. There's loads to do to the city yet. We've got the two buildings in the back corners, we've got the roads to do, which I'm waiting on parts. We've got to finish the park in the centre. There's a couple more modulars to go over there in that section, and all the modulars need moving about just so they're in the right place. There's loads to do yet, so I can't wait to show you videos on that in the future. But for now, I think that's all there is for today, and I'll see you again in the next one.